What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rides and Customs. Hope everybody's having a great weekend, getting you some well-deserved rest, some bench time. We finally got finished with the Budweiser Kentucky Fried Chicken Darrell Waltrip Monte Carlo. This is I've been part of the bill series that I've been doing. This is a web theme that I'm going to be presenting at the 2022 Southern Nationals coming up November the 5th at the Smyrna Community Center. The Atlanta car modelers enthusiasts, if you haven't ever been to this show, drop by. Man, this is the biggest. This is what I really call the Super Bowl model car contest. And drop by there. This build right here will be on the web theme table along with two other old NASCAR builds that I've got in my stables. And we'll just drop by, take a look at this one. I'm going to try to show y'all as much detail as I possibly can with this one. But I really appreciate all the comments in this series that I've been doing on this, all the wonderful thumbs up. If you see something that I don't see, that's, hey, if you see a discrepancy or something on it or whatever, drop me a line down. But it does not hurt my feelings at all. If I try to make builds as accurate as I can, but this was just a fun build. I had a little bit of, I wouldn't say I had some decal woes with this. This is the JR Salvino's kit that, if I remember, the livery that the kit came in was actually a Cal Yarborough. But I ordered in some of the Powerslide decals of the Budweiser KFC car that Darrell Waltrip drove for Junior Johnson back in the early 80s. And we started out just going around. Let's go and flip this, start turning this car around so y'all can see what all I got done to it. I told you earlier that I did have some decal problems. It was from my own stupidity. But let's pop the hood, and we'll tip that over right there. A lot of detail painting. It's wired plumb, the whole 9 yards right there. Just a fun little build. But we'll drop that back down there and put that back down, secure that. That hood just drops right in. And we'll keep turning it on around. The interior, as far as inside the interior, I had some Protec NASCAR padding for roll bars. I applied that on the down tube, as far as that petty bar coming down through there and right there around the driver area. That just really helps bring detail out in the into the interior itself. As we come on around right here, the people, I get a lot of questions. Pappy, how do you bring out the lines in your panels right here? And that's just Tamiya panel liner. A lot of guys use it in aircraft, car modelers. We just apply it after the build. Sometimes they apply it, before they put the clear over it. But I always do it very last and then clean it up with some Q-tip. Got a little bit of I think mineral spirits on it, and it'll clean right off. So, but we'll keep coming on around right here. One of the things that I did inside, you're not going to be able to see it in the video, but if you go to my Instagram page, you'll see what I did as far as the instrument cluster. I drill out all the instrument gauges, and normally once they're drilled out, I do just a lot of detail painting to it, and then I come behind it with some instrument cluster decals, glue those in the back of it, and that pretty much wraps up that instrument panel. As we come on around right here, one thing that you're going to notice that I have I done it on this build right here. It's the first time I ever did it. But last year at the Acme Southern Nats, and I tell you what, if y'all aren't subscribed to this YouTube builder, Clay Kemp. Clay Kemp is an awesome builder of NASCAR. Man, if y'all ain't subscribed to him, get subscribed to him. He has a lot of tutorials about details. How to detail your NASCAR builds. And I sat down one night, and when I was last year at the Southern Nats, I was looking at some of his builds, and he builds these these window nets right here for the driver's side, and I was like, well, where does he get them? But he has a tutorial in his arsenal. It shows how to build them. So when I finished the build, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And I sat down and fabricated me a window net for the driver's side, popped that in there, and I tell you what, it pays off. It brings more detail out to your build. I had some little buckles down there on the right here, if you can tell. I got the buckles where it clips into the roll bar, had it in the open position, and that just, man, I tell you. But get by Clay Kemp, give him a subscription, and watch all those awesome how-tos of what he does for his. Rounding out the interior, just did the photo etch seat belts on the driver's seat, and that pretty much rounds it out. We'll flip it over right here. If you look up under on the mirror itself, just a lot of detail painting, a lot of washes and stuff on the engines. On the engine, on the headers, the exhaust tubes, on the rear chunk back there on the rear end, just brings out a lot of the detail on it. But just a fun little build. If y'all ever, like I say, if you haven't built any of the JR Salvinos, these are the old monogram kits from way back, and they're still in great shape, man. I've got a bunch of them in my arsenal. A lot of different Powerslide decals. We're talking about the decals. The bonehead and mistake that I did was when I was applying the very last decals on the passenger side of these right here under the A pillars. It was late one night. I started normally when I apply the decal, soak it in water and pull it out. I normally apply some micro set first. That allows that decal to float around. You can still move it, and then it sets it into place once you get all that out from under it. And then you hit it with a micro saw, which makes that flatter. It gives it a flatter surface and kind of relieves the edges of the decals. But anyhow, long story short, I hit it with a micro saw first, not paying any attention, and it softened that decal, and oh my God, it screwed it up. So I had to order in a new sheet of the Powerslide decals from my friends over there at Model Roundup. I tell you what, they saved me. I think I screwed them up I think it was a Wednesday night. And once I screwed them up, I was like, you know what, got to order another set. So I hopped online right quick, placed the order late Wednesday night. By Saturday morning, a 2-day turnaround, I had them in my hand and had the problem corrected. And if y'all aren't, if you're coming down to the Acme Southern Nats, they're going to have a booth. They'll be selling some of their kits and stuff there at the Southern Nats, November the 5th. Drop by, tell them Pappy from West Georgia Rods and Custom sent you, and pick up some of them awesome products that they carry out. I'm going to put the flyer in right here. I'm going to slide that kind of in right there, which really you're not going to be able to see it. But there we go. We'll just let it fall. But let's just set that to the side. But looking forward to seeing everyone this year. Got a lot of builds of mine coming. I think there's a total of 8 that I'll be bringing. 3 of them's going to be in the web theme as far as vintage NASCAR, and the rest of them's just going to be a bunch of them old pro streets that I like to build. Anyhow, well, folks, hope you enjoyed this. Really appreciate all the comments and the likes and the thumbs up on this build during the series. And we'll be putting this one into the box, getting it ready for delivery over to Acme in a few weeks, and be trying to figure out what I'm going to put on the bench next. Anyhow, folks, remember, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Have a great rest of your weekend and work week, and we'll catch you on the next one. Pappy out of here.